To one, everybody, Wellness Week Live. I know we have followers out there. I know we have groupies out there. And I'm wondering, Magnus, do these groupies like you? Are they here for you or are they here for me? Because I know, I think it's you they like, but I don't know.
I think it's for both. I mean, we're such a handsome, good-looking team together. So why wouldn't they?
This doesn't happen overnight, ladies. But Magnus is married, so I am not. So any single groupies, come on over. All right. So anyways, so today, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, let me just get out of the way. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit notification. Come on, people. We need more people. We're dying over here. All right. Speaking of dying, that's one of the topics. What happens after we die? And what is a T cell in our body? And get rid of your television, yes or no, folks. And so those are the three or oh, and I can't do that. I hate when people say I can't do that. That drives me nuts. So those are the topics today here on Wellness Week Live. Okay, Magnus, how you doing, by the way?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, no, we already discussed that off air, but now it's the official how you doing. All right, so let's talk about this. So I wanted to bring this up because I got rid of my television about 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
I didn't throw it out physically, but basically, I cut the cord, but I didn't add any subscription services. So I have like 2 channels, like one for emergency and 2 for public access. So I don't have a television for all practical purposes. And I just did that because I don't really watch TV. I don't watch movies. And and here's the funny thing. Like, I feel like a teenager, because from my understanding, teenagers, they watch a lot of YouTube on their laptops. So that's really kind of what I watch. I watch documentaries. I watch, funny cat videos. I'm not someone, but it was hard for me because my whole life, you and I are of a certain age, we're in our 40s, and it's like TV.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of scared to say goodbye to the television altogether. But you know what? It opened up my mind. It lowered my stress level. Beautiful things happen. And I want to encourage everybody out there. Get rid of your televisions, okay? And it got me active more. I got up more. I got healthier, happier. TV can tend to be, it's. Anyways, what do you say, Magnus? I know.
We have a TV for sure. We cut cable a couple of years ago because we were like, how many times are we actually watching traditional TV when you're like, there's a commercial break, there's this, there's that. Yeah, sporting events. Yeah, maybe, but other than that, no. So we got rid of it, and we're happy. But we still have like Netflix and all these things. But I think it still limits the way you watch TV. You're more actively watching if like a specific show or something like that, and it's more intense. You watch it, and you can like, if there's more important things to be done, you just pause it and then go back and watch it whenever.
Right.
I feel way more comfortable with that, and I'm not a big consumer of watching TV either. I watch some shows, I watch some movies and stuff like that. I mean, with my wife, but I can actually, I think I could actually do pretty good without it. Like read internet stuff like that. But one thing that I suggest with people not doing it, maybe first cut cable, get rid of that, but then also limit your TV exposure. So you're saying like, okay, I'm only gonna watch it when I'm actually watching it. It's not background noise. It's not running around, or it's not just like sitting and wasting time. Like you can do better things with it. So maybe limit it. Have set a hard cap. It's like, I'm only gonna watch it 1 hour a day, or X amount of minutes, or whatever. Like I don't watch TV until I read 10 pages in a book.
Right. Or people watch television in the bed, stuff like that.
No. Do not have a TV in your bedroom. But
it's funny. People nowadays don't have a TV in their bed. They have their cell phone in their bed, which is your television.
Any type of screen, you should have no screen in your bedroom. Like laptops, iPads, phones, whatever. Definitely don't have it. Yeah, I mean, if you need it for as an alarm clock or something like that, right, fine. Put it in airplane mode, whatever it is, because even if you have notifications, things like that, it will wreck your sleep. And also not that, it's like, and people could say that this is mumbo jumbo and things like that, but there's a lot of electromagnetic fields, so on and so forth. It has been shown that it affects us, and it has definitely shown affect our sleep.
Stimulates
and
the brain.
Sleep is one of the most important thing for our health and well-being. So, yeah, get rid of it. It shouldn't be there. Like, turn off your phone, get an old school alarm clock, whatever, or turn it off so it's on airplane mode, so right. Nothing is coming in or out of it.
100%. Okay, now moving on to a very serious topic. Is there life after death? Now, oh boy, it's a big one. You listen, I get it. I'm very well churched. Yeah, I read the Bible from front to back. I used to teach in Catholic school for 11 years. So anyways, I and you know what's funny? Everybody and I have a lot of friends that are different religions and different faiths. It's like, well, wouldn't you know it? My Indian friends say, "Oh yeah, my great aunt died and she came back to life, and she saw the Indian God." And the Muslims say the Muslim, and the Catholics say, funny how that works. Anyways, but to each his own. God bless everybody. You do you, everyone. That's the beauty of America. Freedom. You can whatever. So, and again, I get it. Whatever people's book says, yeah. But I said to myself, well, what do I really think when you drill down? Because we really don't know, right? Because everyone has their own things. And I met a guy who worked for me many years ago, and he died on the operating table, I think for about a minute or so. And so I said, okay. I said, whatever his name was, we'll call him John, whatever. I said, John, you're the expert. What happened? What did you see, John? He goes, I didn't see anything. I go, nothing. He's like, nope, no light, no tunnel, no person, no relative. And I was kind of saddened by that. But again, everyone has their own experience. Anyways, so my thing is so what do I believe, And I know a lot of my church friends in private, they have different views. I think we all do, but we're afraid to say it in public. But I mean, so what is life? I don't know. Like when we die, what happens the first minute after we die? What happens the second minute after we die? Third minute after we die? Fourth minute after? Is there you go down aisle 14 and make a left at aisle 15? There's someone at a desk, or are we going to be floating around in a cloud? And what do we do after we float around the crowd? We drinking a beer? What? So I think my opinion is, maybe I don't know, but when we say life after death, what is life? Energy? Is it a different form? I think our tiny little human minds can never fully comprehend it. The force, the energy, the universe. Life, it is so bigger and more powerful than our little tiny minds could ever understand. And so I don't know that it's little fat cherubs floating around with harpsichords with little arrows. I don't know if it's that, but anyways, what do you think, Magnus? I mean, is it just lights off when we go to sleep, or is it you hanging out with Aunt Lucy? I mean, I don't know.
So if we're being hardcore scientific, it's basically lights out, nothing more.
Correct.
But I would like to think of it a little bit more kind of, let's take a step back. First of all, it's pretty cool what we are actually. We're basically stardust, right? Because all our atoms comes from some way or form, a star exploding,
carbon fiber
up in new. It's the same thing. A lot of my atoms that I have in my body has already been inside someone else's body. And we're talking about dinosaurs. We're basically, every breath we take, we're definitely going to take a breath that a dinosaur has taken with oxygen and nitrogen atoms. So I would like to see it a little bit more like that yes, our physical body and things like that might disappear, but we get recycled and we might become bigger and better things. And that's a little bit or a new human being or whatnot, but I hope, I'm not super religious, but I still hope that there's something, maybe we get uploaded into a supercomputer and everybody is Singularity. We're part of everybody.
And in the way we are, right? We're all one universe, one world, but different form. By the way, I was telling somebody, well, what about this, right? Before you were born, you were nothing. You were not conscious. There was nothing. Okay, 2 years before you were born, right? You were not, and then fast forward, you became into being. So you can make the argument there. You had a death. The death was 2 years prior, 3 years prior, for 1 minute before you were conceived, whatever. You were not. You were dead. And then life happened after this nothingness. So now what happens? What's the pattern? Is it nothing, something, nothing, or nothing, something, something? Or anyways, but there is this weird energy thingy, which, no questions, like we don't understand and we're not going to know. And I don't know, but I think it's a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit, I don't know. I don't want to, what's the right word? I think it's a little bit Hollywood-esque to think like, oh, we die and there's a little angels floating with harpsichords and they just float around and they're shooting their little arrows and I'm in a cloud drinking a brewski like I mean, anything can be possible, but I think that's a little bit I don't
but remember, so that's also a picture that like this church kind of came up with to
it's art, it's
people
right,
and things like that. But if you're looking at, like, if we're just taking away from that, I mean, there's many other religions. When you go somewhere, when you die, I mean, like Norse mythology, you like if you're dying bad, you go to Valhalla with the gods and never ending party and so on and so forth. I think that it feels like there's like a motivation to get somewhere after you live. That's why you should live a good life, like be a good person and things like that. So it's like a motivator to stay the course.
Yeah.
And I mean, we know a lot of people that don't do that are basically evil and they don't care about it or whatnot, and it's to each their own, I mean, I'm not saying that you're evil because you don't believe in afterlife or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. I think many atheists are really good people and understand.
To each his own. We're not passing.
Exactly. I mean, and I think that it's also something that whatever you believe in, you keep that to you, and or if you share it with someone, but that it should be on a little bit more on a personal level. And you don't have to force feed your thoughts to anybody else if they're different or things like that. That's just the way it is. And also, like, saying that, like, I believe in God, I'm going somewhere. I mean, okay, and saying then, like, well, he believes in another God and he's not going there. I mean, that's that for me. I mean, what I think we have like something, if I remember correctly, around like 300 different active gods within like the world today.
Yeah, there's hundreds of different religions and beliefs.
And saying that someone is better than the other. I mean, it's like that team mentality. And I think that isn't it better that someone believes in something, like let people like do their own thing and hopefully they're happy about it and it brings them joy and they're hopefully like, I mean, I would be freaking awesome to connect with my dead relatives in some way or form or friends when I pass away.
Well, it's funny. I say to myself, wait a second, I'm going to be reunited with my family in the afterlife. I'm trying to stay the hell away from them in the real life. And I got to go see them again. Like, give me a break. That's not heaven. But, I'm being a little bit tongue in cheek. But anyways, okay. So we got that. So let me move on because my studio is 10,000 degrees. It's like hell. And anyways.
Let's roll.
By the way, and we're not giving any medical advice. Always check with your healthcare professionals. Two friends just talking. Okay. So the next topic, when people say, I can't do that. Now, I understand we can't do everything. We're not God. Okay. Ironically, we're just talking about afterlife, but I get it. No human can do everything. But, when people say they can't for their own personal life, like I can't, I don't know, exercise. I can't get in shape. I can't lower my cholesterol. I can't stop smoking. Stop. No, you can stop. I hate the word can't. F that word. You can do it if you want to. If I want to be a neurosurgeon, I'm 48. Okay. My background in education is not in medicine, but I firmly believe if I wanted to be a neurosurgeon right now at 48, I can do that hands down. It's a wrap, son. I'll get it done. Period. I can do it. So, but I don't want to do it. But I'm not going to say I can't. And I'm not the smartest person, but hell or high water, I will get that done. So anyway, like it took me 10 years to get a 4-year degree because I'm not the sharpest knife in the shed. But my point is I will get it done. If I want to lose 30 pounds, I'll get it done. If I want to stop smoking, I'll get it done. There's no can'ts. I want to. Fair enough, but I can't stop with that. I can't go to college because I'm poor. I can't do this because I can't do. I would do this, but I can't. Shut up. I think if you want it, you can do it. It's the question is how much are you willing to sacrifice? That is what it comes down to. Period. You know.
So I think that a lot of people uses the word "I can't" because they're afraid they're either afraid of failing or they're afraid of succeeding because
you're Magnus, you're right about that. I never thought of yes, success scares people. It scares me too, by the way, because it's lonely at the top. And when you have success, you have power, and with power comes responsibility. People don't want responsibility.
Yeah.
People want to abdicate their responsibility. They want, no, not me. And I get it. It's easier not to be responsible. It's easier just to be in the background, shut up. So you're right. People, good point, Magnus. People are afraid to be successful. They're afraid to win. Good, say it.
You see this. So I can take some examples from when it comes to like nutrition and going on diets and things like that. Most people that are trying to lose weight have done some type of diet before, and they're always when they seek out like trying to find a way, they have failed, right? Diets have failed, whatever. It could be several things, and they can't figure it out. And that's what they do. Okay, what do you connect a diet with then? Failure, right? That's what you used to. Diet, I might lose some weight and then I'm going to fail and go back. That's what they see. So a lot of people are actually afraid of success. So because they haven't been there. Okay, what happens when I lose my first 10 pounds and keep them off? What happens when I lose the next 5 and the next 10 and so on? And that's what scares people.
It's the devil we know. It's like the devil we know.
It's the unknown that we are afraid of. And if success is unknown, then failure, and failure is the norm, then we rotate towards failure. We self-destruct. Okay, I did great, but ... and I'm back in my own kind of habits and ways. So that's one thing. And it's also funny when you look at it from another perspective. When I said when you're building barriers that I can't, because you are thinking of where you are right now and where the goal line is, where you want to go. That's not a lot of people would get scared off because the jump is too high or long or something like that. So we can't kind of phantom it. Okay, here's a person. I need to lose 100 pounds. I can't do that. Can you lose 5? Oh, hell yeah, I can lose 5. Okay, 5 is gone. Can you lose another 5?
Right.
Yeah, I lost 5 before. I'll lose another 5. And that just continues. You basically, it's slicing down the elephant into thinner pieces. So you can get away with it instead of just seeing this giant kind of mountain in front of you. It's the same thing. Like if I'm standing on the bottom of Mount Everest and want to go up to the highest peak, that's going to be a big mountain. But when you start breaking it down, okay, I'm going up this, and then I'm going that, and then I'm staying here for a while, and then we're going up here. That's how you actually succeed and get better. And it's and remove that I can't to I can. 100%. It's just that I need to break it down into smaller pieces.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. And maybe having an accountability partner and stuff like that. But we can do it, and I get it. There's certain things that obviously humans, I can't. I'm not going to be able to live on the sun. No, I can't do that, obviously. You know what I mean? But a lot of things we can do. We just don't want to. So don't BS people. Just you don't want to do it. That's it. Or admit it to yourself. But don't say you can't lose the weight. Don't say you can't get an education. Don't say you can't get healthier. Don't say you can't. You can. And I'm not blowing smoke. You can do it if you want to.
So here's the thing. When I grew up, this would be like I can't. This would be impossible when I grew up. The power that I hold in my hand today, and how I can use this, all of a sudden, this is the norm now. Everybody has a mobile phone, and you can do this, you can stream, you can record, you can do everything with it. That was impossible. It's the same thing. Like if you had to record a live TV, how impossible, that was a lot of money, a lot of effort, things like that. Nowadays, we just go in, and we flip on like on app, and then you just
Right.
pray like live.
And
Of course.
those are because of engineers and leaders and business owners who kept on failing. They didn't give up, on whatever they thought that, right. But that,
And small changes over time. It
course.
happens over time.
Right.
That's what people need to understand too. It's delayed gratification. You have to put in effort to be successful down the road.
Yeah.
It's
man. I mean, so anyways, we've all failed. Listen, I fail, you fail, we all fail.
Yeah.
I get that. You know what I mean?
Learning experience. It's not failure, it's learning experience.
Right. You get back up and you try again, or you cut your losses. You know what? I'm not doing that. I'm going to focus on something else. But yeah, anyway. So, okay, very good. So we're on the same page there. So, okay, now, is there anything you wanted to add before we go on to the human T cell?
No, let's talk about T cells.
Yeah,
this is pretty dope.
Yeah, I thought about you and I thought about this because I'm reading this book called Immune, which is like a 1,000-page New York Times bestseller. It's about the human body, but speaking about miracles and afterlife and things and can't. I always say, I know you agree, Magnus. We don't have to research. We don't have to discover outer space. Our human bodies are more miraculous, more awe-inspiring, more cloaked in stuff that we don't know. Our human bodies are more magnificent than the universe outside of the earth. I mean, I'm reading this book and it's just like, man, whatever created the human body, you want to call it God, the universe, your God, whoever got whatever, this human body is just, it's not a mistake. It's not some thing that just happened. It is just so intricate, such a fine-tuned watch, so cat and mouse between these human cells that emit transmissions and communicate to each other and tell other cells what to do and not do. So we're talking about the human, the T cell. Now there's, I think, 2 or 3 different types of T cells, but the T cells are what kill the bad cells, the bad boys. This, man, as you're a PhD in biochem. But anyway, so the viewers who don't know, the human T cell is part of our immune system, and you need it's the Navy SEAL, the commando of different types of cells. But the T cell is like the Marines. Like it comes in there and starts whooping ass. So okay, Magnus, you're the expert. What's a T cell?
So there's actually several different T cells, but they usually like have 3 different ones, and then like you have like memory, and you have killer T cells, and then
helper
you
T
have
cells. Helper T cells.
Yeah, helpers. Yeah, so it's a pretty complex system, and it goes from stem cells in our bone marrow, and then it actually like builds into T cells, and then the T cells get activated and everything. So how does a T cell basically work? It basically is covered with antigens, so we should call them like tags or keys. So they run around, and if they meet other like cells that are not like or viruses or things like that, they're like, this is not something that we really know what it is. So it's basically like a patrol car, the police patrol car that goes around, and they see something suspicious. They're like, okay, let's ID these guys. So they basically come up and they have these tags, and then it's like if they click and work, then like, this is a bad guy. We need to grab him. So then they basically empty out certain molecules and chemicals that goes in and kind of attack this foreign like cell virus, whatever,
COVID or malaria, or whatever, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty. It becomes pretty aggressive, but they're unique. So each T cell has like they need to have a like. They're basically built for a specific virus. So that's why when we usually see that if you have a common cold virus, you usually, if you're somewhat healthy, you usually don't get it like every single year. It could take a couple of years until you get sick again. That's usually because the T cells are close enough, so the tags are not perfect fit, but they fit enough. So they could actually get used to this, not like perfect, but and get rid of this kind of hostile foreign body that's within your body.
Yeah, interesting, because when I'm reading this book, it was saying that our human bodies not only have different types of T cells, but also different types of immune cells, and our bodies will first send out this the regular soldier that's not that advanced. And the more our bodies start losing, our bodies call up more elite and more elite and more elite,
Yep.
Soldiers to get the job done. So it's a real. I'm reading this book, and it's like it is such a cat and mouse. It's these viruses. If the primary cells can't kick the ass of this virus, then they'll call the big brother essentially. And if the big brother can't call it, they'll call the dad. The dad can't call it, they'll call the whole family. But it is such a chess match in our bodies right now as we're speaking. It really is miraculous. I mean,
but looking at it, we contain so many foreign cells in our bodies, like that we would not function without. Like just look at our gut bacteria and so on, and the skin and everything. So it's like a symbiotic relationship, and sometimes this does not really work, and so your body starts to attack, like even like for instance, common surface microbes on your skin. So then you might have getting up with rashes and eczema and things like that. And then the worst part though is when our immune system doesn't really work. So you get an autoimmune sickness that
would an autoimmune though mean that our immune systems are actually working overdrive? No, not underdrive.
No, it's not. No, it's faulty. It starts attacking our own cells. So that's the problem, is that, so basically
that's your MS, that's your Crohn's, that's your rheumatoid arthritis. Those are autoimmune diseases.
Yeah. And then psoriasis, things like that.
Allergies.
So basically it's basically that our immune system is out of whack. It's not like it's
no
not
homeostasis.
So it's a little bit, and that we haven't figured out a way to actually get rid of autoimmune diseases yet. I mean, we control them a bit.
We're onto it, and I think a lot of it has to do with the gut bacteria, the biome in the gut, whereas 80% of our immune system, as you know, is in our gut. So I think people who have a lot of these autoimmune diseases probably have bad gut health when it comes down to it.
It could be many things. I mean, it could be genetic, things like that. But again, this is something like we're just scratching the surface of this. But it's also starting to see that the communication also, we're talking about gut and brain health, how they are connected, and
even mood,
heart and gut, everything is connected. We thought that a lot of the systems were kind of isolated.
No, they're together.
We're starting to see, and that's why it's so advanced too, because also we have one system that might do one thing in one part of the body, and then it's doing something completely different. So that's why when we're talking about medical drugs and we're trying to go in and fine tune it, everything is so complex. So if you put it in that's supposed to work here, there's 10 other places, or 500 other places that it might affect. And that's why we're seeing a lot of side effects when we're doing a lot of pharmaceuticals and medical drugs.
Right. Well, that's like saying, a car's engine has nothing to do with the muffler. No, it does. They're separate, but they're not separate. They're all linked.
Yeah.
So, right. And I think, it's a big erroneous thing when people are starting to, spray everything and hand gel everything. I don't think it's a good idea. I know for a fact it's not a good idea. As you know, these alcoholic products and these, caustic sprays, they kill all the good bacteria in our hands. They kill the good bacteria in our lungs, in our nose, in our skin. I'm not saying you don't wash your hands. You should wash your hands with simple soap, not antibacterial soap, simple soap. This way, because it's the worst, as you know, it's the worst thing. It's like chemotherapy, your skin, you're killing all the good bacteria that helps you have an immune system. So it's just kind of ironic.
It's again too, washing and scrubbing our hands, one of the best way we can stay healthy, right? But people have and this is something that's interesting. People have a tendency to think that they can buy themselves health. It's okay, I'm buying supplements, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, first of all, maybe you need to start looking at your lifestyle. We're talking about not watching a screen all the time,
getting up,
your sleep, stress management, physical activity.
Drink water, not beer. Drink water.
Stay hydrated. things like that. So that's why, I mean, first of all, being healthy is more than just like washing our hands or buying supplements or taking pharmaceuticals.
Right.
Like, it's so much more complex. And I can say, like, again, the food we eat have such an important role in our health and also fighting off
food is medicine.
Like we're talking about viruses and everything like that. So again, this is something that you have to invest in, that you have to change. It's a lifestyle to be healthy, you know.
Right.
Like it's the same thing when I started to understand more like how food and sleep affected my health. I mean, I seldom catch a cold. I'm seldom sick. And even if I am, you know, it's usually like a little bit and then I bounce back quickly, or I get like really sick for a couple of days or so and then back to normal.
Magnus, the last time I was sick was 2017,
Yeah.
and at that time I had really a lot of things in my life that I had to change because it was ruining my immune system. So I changed it from head to toe. Diet, exercise, better sleep, better getting, you know, people in my proximity that were positive, you know, essentially. So I get it, folks watching. Obviously, we're human. We're going to get sick. I'm not saying I'm never going to get sick, and obviously we're all going to die. I get that, but again, you know, I can't say it enough. People say, "Oh, well, that's no fun eating healthy." No, it's actually a lot of fun eating healthy because I don't get sick. 2017, last time I got sick, when COVID hit, I wasn't even worried because I know my immune system is top notch. I don't have any preconditions, you know, whatever. So if I got COVID, I know I'm not dying. It's just not happening because the odds are overwhelming that it's not going to happen because I eat right, sleep right, exercise, take care of myself. Obviously, you wash your hands, you wear your mask. But my point is, you know, it's about stacking odds, you know. But if you're overweight, if you're eating a lot of fried foods, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, if you're sitting, you know, you're running a higher risk. You know, I'm not saying anyone deserves to die, but all I'm saying is let's have an adult conversation here. And by the way,
yeah, but it's basically what you're saying is like it's the same thing. Also, what people don't understand, and it actually starts affecting like a poor lifestyle actually affects our like cellular and molecular levels, and even down to nano levels. And that's what people like have a tendency to forget, that it's the same thing. Like if you take care of a car, I mean, we see like old school muscle cars that are basically looking like brand new cars because they're constantly taken care of.
Right.
For instance. Like, but if you take your car and you just drive the living crap out of it,
you don't change the oil, you don't change the brakes,
you're not doing anything, of course you're going to have issues with the car. And the same thing goes for your body. Like taking care of it, giving it TLC, both we're talking about physically, mentally, emotionally, all those things. All the systems are going to be way more fine-tuned. They're working good and well together. Like we're talking about, the T cells are working when it's time for the T cells to comes in. It's basically instead of like our general immune system is basically a shotgun, and then the T cell comes in as snipers. Like they're pinpoint and know exactly where to go and what to do, and just take care of it.
Well, that's my thing. You know, it's like, look, we're all going to die. We're all going to get sick. But my thing is, wouldn't you like to have less probability of certain cancers? Wouldn't you like to almost remove a 98% risk of heart disease? We all can have that. You can have a much lower risk of heart disease. You don't have to have type 2 diabetes. You don't have to be overweight. You don't have to be sick all the time. You don't have to be tired all the time. That comes to food is medicine. And no one's saying live on carrots, you know, but honestly, the American diet is garbage. I mean, it's what is it? You know, processed carbs, again, cake, cookies, bagels, pizza, cake, cookies, sitting, beer, juicy drinks. You know, that's all death. And I'm all for it. Have it on Saturday only. But the rest of the days, put premium gas in the Ferrari. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to be stronger. Don't you want that? Don't you want to feel better? You know, like I know I do. I haven't been sick since 2017. And if you do get sick, you know, it'll be less. Or maybe you'll get cancer at 98 years old and not, you know, 38 years old, you know, so but people, anyways, so I'm just saying, not all of it, but I would say 8 out of 10 of our health problems don't have to be, you know, certain cancers don't have to happen. Certain heart disease doesn't have to happen. And I want to hear about genetics, because no one wants to talk about epigenetics, where you can turn switches on, this, on and off. You don't have to have type 2 diabetes. You don't have to have, inflammation. It doesn't have to happen that way, And I'm saying, follow your doctors. If you have to take medication, take it. I'm not sitting here acting all cuckoo, like, dude, just, man, eat this leaf, bro. I'm not saying that, but, help the medications you're on, take care of yourself, people.
And again, I think that many people kind of, it becomes too kind of complex and too many layers and things like that. And again, it's like we are kind of looking at it from a wrong kind of way of attacking it. Also, it's like, get vaccine shots, do this, do that. Okay, yeah, they're great because they work, and that's what they're there for. But they're very specific too. And I'm like, why don't you want to put a little bit of time and effort and energy and money into your overall health? So,
right. Man, the vaccine is the new tires, but buddy, you need new brakes, you need new shocks, you need to get the chips and the cake and the cookies and the wine and the beer and the sitting and the sitting and the sitting. That's great. You got the vaccine, you got the new tires, but your brakes, they need to be changed. You need to take care of it. And by the way, the bar's pretty low, actually, folks. You don't have to join a gym. You don't have to sweat your ass off. You can go for a simple walk every day. You can stop drinking your calories, drink some water. Your body will respond like that. People think it's very hard. It's not. They think the bar is so high. They watch too many Rocky movies. But most of my exercise, I do a lot of stuff, whatever, but I walk every day. That's not sexy, it's not glamorous, but it's a big help. Huge help to the immune system, to your mood.
But that's what people don't understand too. Like walking get kind of well, you don't burn any energy and it doesn't have. What's shown with walking is that depending on how many steps, it basically correlates to the more steps you take, the more overall
mortality.
I can't even say it. Drops, you get healthier and healthier, you get less, you're harder to get rid of. You're not gonna die as easy,
right? Because
you're just walking. And what people don't understand is we're talking in the fitness industry, you need your non-exercise thermogenic activities is one of the best ways of actually losing body fat and burning off energy. It's just walking and moving around by constantly.
You don't have to sweat. Exactly.
It burns more energy. It burns more energy than you usually burn when you're going to the gym and lifting weights or doing a class or things like that.
But it's about staying limber. And by the way, again, it could be something simple like I'm not going to drink the beer and the juicy drinks and the iced teas Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Saturday I will, but the 6 other days I'm just gonna drink water. Your body will reward you like that. You'll feel better. You'll feel healthier. It's a low bar. You know what I mean? No one's saying you got to be Rocky Balboa. But again, I'm not anything special. So
these basically what we're saying now, we'll call them tips or whatever. They're so unsexy. And you can't really sell them. You can't make a ton of money on it.
Right.
But they're the best ways of doing it.
Right. People want to buy stuff. They want to fit into the spandex. They want to spend $1,000. It's
the same thing when I'm a coach. I'm like, well, let's start with set the bar low. Can you walk? Yeah. You start walking more. And then that builds into something instead of again, going to the gym, having to go to a fancy gym, paying hundreds of dollars a month or whatever. There's most of them are cheaper nowadays. But then you just buying clothes and supplements, stuff no. You start walking and eating.
And walking can be it. Doesn't have to go past that. Maybe you just walk a little longer. But you don't have to run a marathon if you don't want to. You just get out.
Moving food quality. There's 2 things that you can go very, very far and be very successful with it. It's going to be it's not going to be an overnight success, but overnight success is best. Especially when it comes to in the nutrition field, it's usually something that you're not going to hold on to for a long time. It's long-term investment.
Right.
You have to put in the work and you will get the results that you want.
But I would say your body's going to start feeling better within days. You'll notice you feel better within days. The physical will take longer to look sexy, but
so one of my closest friends, she's a professor in biotech. She's talking about like they're showing that if you change your food, like within 4 days of changing to a different diet, your digestive system and microflora starts to change. So that's how fast turnaround it could be. Like you could, like for instance, skipping out like sugar stuff and whatnot most of the time, and your gut flora will start changing. I mean, it's like your body might even start freaking out in some way or form. It's just like, what the hell is going on here? But it's also time that it's like it takes a little bit of getting like used to it. But like you said, after a while you start like sleeping better, you start feeling better, your joints are not aching, you don't have
you're better in the romance department. I mean,
everything like a lot of like life quality gets better with changing things, but it's again, it's so unsexy to talk about it. People wants to have that, oh, I got this high-tech NASA supplement that the astronauts are taking, and it's like, oh, it's super expensive and things like that. Well, yeah, that's cool, but there's better and easier ways of doing it, and they're almost free or whatnot,
100%, dude. I know. So yeah, I hope that helps some people out there, because like I said, none of us are, professional, whatever. I mean, I'm nobody special. I'm an average dude, and so are you. But it's the small steps that we take, like you said. Small steps add up, and you feel better, you look better, whatever.
Regarding that, there's something that I would like. I was thinking of throwing this up in my group. Like people talk about like, being like constant and consistency, how it takes. So I just want to show you. So my plan is to kind of hit 10,000 steps a day. So the last year I averaged a little bit over 11,000 steps, and see like it's pretty much like straight up at 10,000. I just want to say that's something that you just like, if you put it into like your daily lifestyle and you just repeat it over and over and over again, it will lead to success.
Of course.
Like you will get better. You will do things like that. You just set up a goal and you start like chopping away. I mean, again, like not all people are going to be able to start like walking 10,000 steps a day, and 10,000 steps nothing for a lot of people. They're like 30,000 or more steps per day. Like it's nothing special. It's just that being like consistency and continuously every day, just trying to fill up those bars and hitting it. And that's why, when you're looking at like technology, like you have an Apple Watch or something like that, like fill in the rings, it becomes visual and it's easy to kind of like see where you point. And after a while, it becomes a little bit of like a game. Oh, I need to fill my rings. I need to fill the bars. I need to
get out and walk.
And that's the same thing with tracking food. It's like it becomes okay. Like it's like you're sitting with different bank accounts, and okay, this I get more out of this if I pay this money here.
Right. And by the way, I don't even know that it needs to be that complicated. I know Twitch is on. If people like charts, God bless. For me, I keep it very, very simple. And that is, I just don't eat shit 6 days a week. So I don't eat fried chicken. I eat baked chicken or grilled chicken. You can all chicken you want, but just not fried. I don't eat a French fry. I eat a baked potato. And you can say, oh, it's got starch. Again, it's about natural. God made versus man. I drink water. I don't drink juicy drinks or alcohol. So little steps like that. But if you like charts, do charts, whatever.
Yeah, no, and that's another thing that I talked about, like in my Facebook group the other day. Like why is it so easy to gain weight when you're on vacation, and how to kind of deal with it? Yeah, so if you want that, you can reach out. I can link this in my group, on my group, and you can get more information about that. Well, it basically comes down to when we're basically around the corner, the 4th of July is almost here. So it comes down to that people, like when you go on vacation, you stop having a plan, and you like your normal habits like gets tossed out the window. And when you do that, when you have like zero like kind of control of what you're doing, you're gonna gain weight, because you're gonna eat more. You're gonna like select, oh, it's vacation. I'm gonna like splurge. Yeah, splurging for weeks on end, every single day, every single week.
Ended 3 days ago. You're still eating like shit.
Yeah. It's just if you are eating shit like shit, you will have like shit results too.
Right.
So, and then you're wasting, like, for instance, if you work your ass off for 6 months and then you waste it away in a week or two, like, it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
So
and you know what? It's okay to fail.
have a plan and have a habit when you go on vacation, so you don't go completely overboard.
Yeah, have a plan. And again, it's okay to fail. Get back up and try again. That's what we were saying before. Don't say can't. You can do it. And we all fail. But okay, so that wraps up.
We need to stop now. So because you're getting overheated.
Bro, I'm getting. You don't even know. Yeah. I swear to God, it's about 100 degrees in this studio. I'm too cheap to get an air conditioner. I could, but I don't really spend a lot of time in this particular portion of the studio. So I'm just like, I'm not going to buy an air conditioning for, anyways. But I'll just pass out. Okay, so
don't.
Yeah, don't make that joke, right? Anyways, Magnus, anything else that you wanted to add before we sign off?
One thing before we sign off, it's actually my youngest dog's birthday. He's turning 3 today, so Archie's turning 3. So I just want to shout out to him and say happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday!
We're actually planning a real birthday party for him, like later on this summer. So we're gonna celebrate him. It's actually his first kind of official birthday party when other dogs are gonna get invited. And
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Rocky, my dog, is gonna be 14, pushing 15. But anyways, our dogs are. By the way, speaking of which, people who have dogs have stronger immune systems. Dogs actually, literally, scientifically boost our immune system because they make more diversity in the biome and the microbiology around us. So, anyways, kudos to dogs and cats, but and all pets. We love all pets. So, happy birthday to the youngest. I'm like his uncle, bro. Come on, Uncle Tony.
Yeah, for sure. Uncle Anthony, he knows you.
Yeah, man. So cool, Magnus. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the holiday weekend coming up. I'll be doing some tennis, and I got to work, but a little bit of everything, and it is what it is.
Everybody stay safe. We will have a show before that too, right?
Well, the 4th of July. No, the 4th of July is Saturday.
Yeah, so we missed. It's going to be after. So yes. Guys, stay safe and no drinking and driving, please.
You don't drink and drive. They got a thing called Uber, okay?
Yeah.
Please don't drink and drive.
Or sleep it off or whatever, but don't drink and drive, please.
Yep, you got it. All right, Magnus, thank you, everybody. Have a safe holiday. We'll see you with more shows. 1, 2.